Ah, it's running. Hi folks, this is Time Lording here, so I'm just going to take a little ride out around Harrogate where I live to show you what a lovely place this is. You can probably guess what bike I'm on, because I've got a little Union Jack thing working for me here with the words Triumph wrote across. So yep, you've guessed it, I'm on the Kawasaki. So, one thing you need to know when I go outside, I live in a neighbourhood where there's a lot of human pups knocking about, tons of them. So, usually, as soon as I start talking, I get loads of human puppy screams from all over the place. Don't know where they come from, don't know why they scream as well. I think they're pulling down live hamsters, they're herding, leaping over fences, trying to eat live hamsters and fighting over them. Really not sure about that. Well, I'll take that back, it's quiet today. Right, this is the beast, Kawasaki Z900. So, by the way, don't know if you can see the bat signal, that's just a blanking plate that I got from SW Motec, because I've got the whole side racks working for me, look. And SW Motec are fantastic, because they do these things. So if you've got a bike that's retro, these things look great on them, basically. So this is a little bit new to me. This is the first time that I've had a microphone fitted, and it's got one of them little fluffy things on. So every time I talk, it kind of feels like I'm sniffing a hamster's ass, which is really disconcerting. But I'm sure I'll get used to it. I'm half expecting it to go flying out of the back of the helmet at any time soon, because I'm not the best at setting these things up. So the reason why I've picked the Kawasaki, I'm lucky I've got two bikes. One is actually a Triumph, but the reason why I'm out on the Kawasaki Z900 today is it's a fantastic bike that I'm parting company with. So at some point this week I'm expecting a phone call, because I've swapped it out for a different bike, which hopefully you'll see if this is a success. And I'll tell you the things that, well, there's nothing that I don't like about this bike. There's a reason why I am changing it, which I'll go into later, but things that, let's say, do niggle me a little bit on this bike is, the big one is, it's a 1970s looking retro motorbike. And I don't know if anybody remembers, but in the 1970s, they used to try and sell you bikes by getting models, absolutely drop dead gorgeous lasses in skimpy bikinis, to lay across the motorbike, and everybody thought, I'm having some of that. I want a motorbike that's going to attract skimpy ladies to lay across it. Well, it sounded good in theory, but it got annoying when you had to show them off with a brush. The problem is now is this bike, it actually still does that, but those gorgeous bikini clad ladies of the 70s, they're now about 85 years old, and it's not a pretty sight. So, you know, it's why I keep it undercover in the barn, to stop geriatric women in bikinis laying all across it. So anyway, this is sunny Harrogate, fabulous area. Where were I? Oh yeah, other things that I don't mind, but it's stuff that's worth mentioning. If you're thinking about getting one of these bikes, if you're tall, it's a fantastic, in fact if you're any size, it's a good bike, but it's one of those bikes that if you are tall, it'll suit you to the ground, because you know, it's got a decent seat height on it. Don't know what the seat height is, there's plenty of other YouTube places out there that'll tell you all about that. So that's actually something I like. I don't know why I said sort of dislike. Another thing that you notice about it is when you first start it up, it revs. It's like an angry puppy waiting to get going, and that winds a lot of people up, but to be fair, just turn it on and let it rev before you jump on it. It only takes about a minute for it to warm up. It's just the bike warming up basically, and then the revs drop right back down to something like normal, and you end up with a nice bike on your hands then. You know, it runs well, it's really smooth, the engine's absolutely beautiful. A few people have complained about the throttle response being twitchy. No, it's not. It's just something that you get used to in time, you know, and then it becomes a really good bike again. So I've been telling you some great things about it. Why am I getting rid of it? Well, like I say, I have got two bikes, this being one of them. The problem is, and it's a problem with a lot of bikes these days, is the pillion, the rear seat. It's just rock hard, and the good lady likes to come out riding with me as well, which is brilliant. But after a while, you know, you do get numb bum after about an hour in the saddle of this. If we go somewhere like Whitby, you've usually got to stop off at Thirsk, Sutton Bank, quite a few places, you know, you never make it somewhere like Whitby in one. So the next bike I'm getting has got a big wide, in fact it's one of the most comfortable seats apparently that you could get. I've picked up a BMW R1200 GS, and just looking at the reviews, for one, the BMW GS, it's the UK's top selling bike. That's got to stand for something. So I'm curious, really, I'm curious to find out what makes it the top selling bike. Why is it that good? By heck, it's a fantastic day today. It's the most wonderful time of the year, and I'm not talking about Christmas, I'm talking about spring. Look at it out here. So I'm now thinking, bugger going round Harrogate, I'm just going to go on a bit. I'm going to head out that way towards Ripon. Now, whether this video makes it onto YouTube at all, of course, that's another dilemma. On account of I've got a Microsoft computer and I don't know much about them. Obviously there's different specs that you can go for, but the one that I've gone for it's a bit slow, very slow in fact. Started off fast like most Microsoft computers do, and then all of a sudden everything takes hours. They really wind me up. I don't know why they do that. I've got an Apple iPad and you just turn it on and it's, yeah, what do you want? I turn on my Microsoft computer and it's, ooh, this needs to update, that needs to update, need to reboot this, need to reboot that. You spend an hour and a half doing all that and then you press a button and nothing works. So yeah, maybe I should do a bit of homework on a decent computer, I don't know. Wow, Ripley's a bit, roadworks, that's why. Ripley's a bit busy today. The other good thing about this bike as well, of course, is it's slim enough to do this kind of stuff. You know, it's great for a bit of filtering. Three-way control, oh that's nasty. The joys of being on a motorbike. Tell you what, let's take a detour and show you Ripley. This is a nice little place. Normally when I've seen video bloggers in the past, they have got some, they've brushed up on the knowledge and they've got some amazing history to tell you about the area that they're going through. So Here's something you probably didn't know about Ripley. So the first wildebeest ever recorded by man, the first wildebeest fossil, nowhere bloody near Ripley. And that's about all I've got. Sorry, I live here around this area, but I never find out about things unless it's got a motorbike engine below it. Right. Listen to that engine. I know everybody's got their own taste in what an engine should sound like, but this is just your typical retro wah wah wah. Love it. I hope I've no regrets in parting company with this bike. I think I'm doing the right thing. Me and the good lady, we just want to go a little bit farther afield and be able to walk when we get to the other end. Oh yeah, the other thing that this bike could do with fitting as standard straight out of the factory are heated grips. You know what I mean? The UK, it's not the warmest of places most of the time anyway. Heated grips would have been nice. You've got to pay separate for those, or buy yourself some heated gloves, same thing. Isn't it strange how video cameras, they never pick up hills. Everything just seems flat. It looks like you're driving through Lincoln on everything. Can't get made around that. This is a hill. I bet when I play it back it looks like I'm on a perfectly flat road. I'm actually watching to see how many miles I've got left before I need to put some more petrol in, because I'm obviously, because I'm trading the bike in, I'm a little bit loath to put more petrol in on account of I'm a Yorkshireman, which makes me tighter than the gap between two coats of paint. So but it's not doing bad. Said I'd got 99 mile on the clock a minute ago, it's now saying I've got 101, so it's making its own petrol, which is cool. Optional extra, your own filling station inbuilt into your Kawasaki. Trying to turn my head and my camera sideways safely so you can see the view. Look. So me and the good lady, we've come up with a really good thing. I mean, this little round disc down here, I don't know if you can see it, it houses a Beeline sat-nav, which is a remarkable piece of kit. They're fantastic. Need to remember to take that off, that mounting kit. Very good, but I've got something better, and it's called Tap Nav. And what that is, it's our lass sat on the back. When she knows where she's going and I don't, she'll tap me on my right to go right, tap me on the left to turn left, smack me on the helmet if there's, well, how can I put this, if there's something incredibly sexy in tight lycra leggings walking down the road, long blonde hair, or any colour hair for that matter, I kind of get a smack on the back of the head for ogling. Problem is, as I'm getting older, I'm missing these things. So yeah, I mean, you know, I'm quite old. I'm 130/19 next month, so I'm missing these things. So I'm riding past, concentrating on the road. I've missed something incredibly sexy in tight leggings, and I get a smack on the back of the helmet for it. Well, that's a little bit like waking up with a hangover without having the fun of getting pissed the night before. So I'm frantically rubbernecking then to find out what I've been hit for and what I've missed. If anybody recognises this road, by the way, I changed my mind on Ripon. I changed my mind a lot and decided to head out towards Pateley Bridge instead. Nice neck of the world, awesome views again, look. Oh yeah, one cool thing to do as well, if you do any video blogging like I'm trying to do now, I'm probably making a hash of it, I don't know, but if you go somewhere and you take your helmet off and you know that you're vlogging and the microphone has got a pretty good reach usually in your helmet, sit it down at a table and just carry on talking, you know, point the helmet at you, give a little bit of a commentary, whatever you fancy. The thing is, everybody around you, they don't know you're vlogging. You look like some nutcase that thinks he's talking to a severed head. And it's actually quite good, because last time I did it, I suddenly turned around and I found out that I had the table area all to myself. Everybody had kind of got a little bit nervous and buggered off. So, good tip. Keep talking to your helmet when it's off and have a laugh and a joke with it. But just look at the gearing on this bike, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people that test ride these bikes, they absolutely, it's not their bikes, so they ride them to the max while they've got them on test and they keep the revs up. I'm doing 30 and I'm in 5th gear and it's as smooth as silk. It's just, you know, if I wound it back at this, it'd still be off like a rocket. Fabulous. Well, I hope this microphone that I bought has served me proud, and you can actually hear what I can hear. The engine on the Kawasaki. I did a few of these without the microphone, and I tried all sorts, and all you could hear is annoying wind buffeting. So I had to mask the actual noise with that really shit music that you get with video editing packages. You know, that kind of like a 1970s German porn movie. And I did admire the vloggers that you're listening to them and you're thinking, yes, all I can hear is the engine, beautiful. Over my random rambling, of course. Pateley Bridge, nice little area. don't know if the camera's picking up the speeds that I'm doing, by the way, but if it does, you've probably guessed I'm not a fast rider. It's just not in my bag. I just like to take it slowly, bimble away through the Yorkshire countryside, and take it all in. Just enjoy things, you know. I've gone through the whole days of going lightning fast. I think it's does anyone else think it's evolution? You know, I mean, I jumped on a motorbike when I was 17, and that t-shirt where it shows man evolving from a chimpanzee to a totally upright man, you could almost do one for motorbikes as you get older. You start off, you know, leant over on your clip-ons, looking a bit like a chimpanzee, or at least I did, and then, you know, your shoulders ache and your back aches, and you evolve, you go onto slightly more upright bikes, you go onto super nakeds, you ditch the Yami R1s, and then all of a sudden, you know, one day you wake up and you find yourself on adventure bikes until you finally progress onto a Harley Davidson, where you're almost lent the totally opposite direction to how you started off in life. So Pateley Bridge is quite cool. It's good. They've actually got their own little bike parking area, look. So this is not bad. Nice bikes there. I'm not going to stay today though, because I'm just going to... the truth is, I'm too busy enjoying the ride. It's a lovely day. I'm just going to turn it round, spin it, and go back. I bet I am going to have to put petrol in this sod before I trade it in. Will I see? Anyway, am I being... oh, I'm being backed at. Shame on you, doggy. You don't like motorbikes at your new Pateley Bridge?